When you think of Freeshop, you probably think of I feel as Freeshop kind of gets a bad rep in this community. People kind of assume it's all just... Bro! Freeshop is not just some spammy mess. It is something that takes time to learn, and it's an actual skill. And people think it's, oh, you're just going to spam snowballs and bows. No, that's not it. It's something where you have to be good at every single thing. If you don't know how to use your bow, you're not going to prevail. If you don't know how to use snowballs, you're not going to do well. If you don't know how to use block placements, you don't know how to PvP, you're going to lose. You have to be good at almost every single thing in Freeshop just to be good. And that's why I think that learning Freeshop is actually something really important that can make you a better player. So in this video, I'll be breaking down just the basics of it and I'll showing you how you can improve. Where everything starts is the item shop. It's where you get all your armor, swords, snowballs, and pearls. It's just important to understand what to buy, just as you know how to play. Now, each player might buy things a little bit differently, but there's some things that all pro players must get, and these include full diamond armor. You get any weapon, I'll explain it later. You can get 2 stacks of ender pearls, and you should get blocks, bows and arrows, lots of snowballs, knockback boomboxes, and even block breakers. At the end, your inventory should look something like this, but it changes from person to person because of how they organize it. It's their inventory, they can do what they want. But it's very important that you fill your inventory as fast as possible, and there's a couple ways that I can help you do it quicker. Obviously, ping has a large factor when it comes to item shops, and there's not much you can do about it. But the lower the ping, the faster you can buy things, and the higher the ping, the slower. But you can buy things in a specific order. What I mean by this is when you buy items, you can buy things so they go in the slot you want. This saves time because you don't want to have to organize your inventory because you want to go to mid quicker. Because the first person to get to mid and even go to your opponent's base to attack them has an extremely large advantage. And that's just the way Freeshop is. But now, on to our next part. Damage is something kind of weird when it comes to Freeshop. Since players have access to all items, everyone has the best gear, and this includes diamond armor, the most powerful armor set in the game. What's unique about diamond armor is how all weapon damage deals half heart to you except for stone pickaxe. No one likes these stone pickaxe. There's also 3 things that deal more than half a heart, and these things will dictate how you lose or win the game. First, let's start off simple, and let's cover everything that deals half a heart. Everything I'm holding deals, well, half a heart. You should always use the bow because it's always a solid option for ranged, but every other melee option is just up to you. It's your preference, you can do what you want. But the 3 things that deal more than half a heart are void damage, of course, but you can also take pearl damage and fall damage. You never want to take any form of these because they're going to kill you extremely fast. If you're falling to your death straight down to the void, you might want to pearl because you don't want to get insta-killed by the void. And if you get launched in the air, you might want to pearl down and so you don't want to take 9 hearts of damage. And since you have access to limitless pearls, there are some absolutely crazy things you can do with them. Each pearl throw takes 2.5 hearts away from you, but it can never kill you, so it's just going to get you down to half a heart. So you can spam them and you'll never die. You can pearl to the ground, but be careful because if you get stuck out and run out of pearls, the anti-cheat will kick you. You can also perform various clutches shown here. You see how I pearl to one side and then lay on a tree, or I spam blocks underneath me. I'm actually holding down here and then I clutch. But be careful because if you go to the bottom of the map too long, wither or damage will actually kill you. And damage is how you're going to win or lose the game. You always want to take the least amount of damage first. So you want to take a melee hit, then you might want to take a pearl hit and then fall damage, because you kind of want to dictate. So oh, I'm about to take so much fall damage, I'll just pearl and take a little bit less, or I'm about to fall in the void and get insta kill, so I might clutch or I might pearl. That's just the way it is. So all in all, make sure you try to take as little damage as possible. But now we're gonna move on to general tips. Let's get into some general tips. Something to know before you can start the game is that games are often in free-for-all, which means all players are for themselves. But there are often teams if there's enough players, so you could have teams of 3 and 4. But one thing to note is that all items in the shop can be bought, well, infinite times, except for one item, and that's the golden apple. You can only buy 10 out of everybody in the game. But in official 1v1s, each player will get 5 gaps, but in free-for-all, it's just the first person to get him. So one person can have 5, one person can have 2, and 1. So if you're in a free shop game and it's free-for-all, just try to gap as many as you can. So at the very start, turn around, go to the item shop, and just get them as soon as the game starts, because they're going to run out basically instantly. One thing to expect from any free shop game is that the map will be chosen for officially 1v1s and large public matches is always library. It's just considered the golden standard for all maps, so know that coming into the games. Now let's get into some actual tips. PvP is something that's hard to teach when it comes to free shop. Everything's very fast paced when it comes to free shop. You're constantly switching between items, so keybinds are a must when playing at a high level. I can often create distance with my snowballs, then I show people with my bow, because knowing my opponent's health is very strong. Because I know they're at 0.5 health, I'm going to aggro them, but if they're at 10, I might keep some distance. One thing to know is that your main mode of transportation is knockback boomboxes. It's from aggroing players to getting back, and especially traveling from island to island. You only want to use boomboxes. You never want to use a pearl, because, well, you're just going to end up taking a lot of damage that can be easily avoided. Now I can give you a tip that's going to end up helping you in a lot of situations. A large way of dealing damage to your opponents is just to simply snowball them off. So they have to take void damage and die, or they usually just pearl back onto the island and take some damage, so they're going to be pretty weak. And you can do this multiple times. So the best way to combat this is just literally just stay away from edges. But most importantly, and I cannot stress this enough, stay close to the middle island as you can. You want to be closer to the middle of the island, that very center point, than your opponent, because if you're in closer to the middle and they're on the outside, you can easily hit them off, and you just have a better spot in the map. It's just always good to do that. So you can see here I'm like in a bad position, I'm getting knocked off, but in here I'm in a good one, like I have the advantage. If you're at the center of an island, it makes it almost impossible to get off. So if you watch any game of mine, you see I'm trying to stay at the middle island as close as I can. But of course, you can stay at the edge if there's like some important protection from keeping you from falling off. One last tip I can give is most players know that's going to be on library. They have learned all the in and outs of the map. They know where all the best spots to camp, hide, attack you, and literally even trap you. So you gotta learn from those players. So if they do something cool, just keep that in your head and remember it. I often look at library and what other things can be out there, and it's all up to you to find them out. But with this out of the way, let's get into game sense and finally the game demonstration. This is going to be short and sweet because game sense is something that is hard to learn. I have explained this in past videos. Game sense just comes with time. And there's a couple things you can do to speed it up, and I recommend just watching really good players when it comes to free shop. So I would watch MJ Onju's streams. He's a very solid player. He's very good at it. He often tells you what's going on, and you can watch some of my games. You can watch other people you think that are good. So just look up to them and try to realize what are they doing in the situations, because you have to apply those things in games, because every game is going to be different. You're going to be fighting different players, different times, and you just got to learn. So you just kind of learn, hey, if this person's weak, I might want to do this. If they're there, you might do this. It just takes time. So if you're first learning how to free shop, don't freak out if you don't know what to do. It literally just takes time. It's like a skill of anything else in life. It just takes time. Now I'm going to show you my favorite part of the video, and that's going to be the full game demonstration. I'm going to be playing and I'm going to be trying to commentate, and bear with me, I might be focusing at times trying to, win, because I'll be playing some pretty good players. But also keep your eyes open, because you might see something that I did that I talked to you about earlier. So just look out and see and try to learn, but here's the final step of the video, and I really hoped you enjoyed up to this point. So we're going to be playing the big man. We're going to be playing big man vhyzu here. He's a very, very, very strong player. He's one of the top free shop players, and he always puts up a good fight no matter who you're going against. Hopefully it's going to be a good round for you, and you can learn some things. Alright, see, the map library, you already know. Alright, he's ready. Let's get it going. Alright, I'm gonna try to fill my inventory as fast as I can. So I'm actually getting stuff in the order that I want to get them in. So I'm just gonna try to get as much stuff as I can. And vhyzu likes to pressure just as fast as he can, so I'm gonna try to buy his items as quickly as I can as well. So I'm actually buying an axe and wood, and you can use pickaxe and concrete, because you can place down wood, but they often can't break it if they don't have a pickaxe. So it's It's up to you. And a lot of people use glass because you can't break it with food boxes. So that's pretty cool. Well, here's the man himself, vhyzu. You put him in an interesting spot here. I'll just pearl back. It's fine. Oh wow, he is already off. Where'd he go? He's under the map already. He played too aggro. There he is. See, things like that can happen. You can just fall off, and you just gotta be extremely aggressive. Now he's just gonna run. He messes up. He might die here. He barely makes it back on. I'm actually gonna go to mid here. He can try something off. I know he's extremely weak, and he already ate a gapple. Wow. I'm gonna pearl back. It is fine. He pearled like 30 times. I know he's very weak. Oh, he aggroed. What's he doing? I got some snowball hits off of him. He had to pearl. He got pearl canceled again. He's at 3. I'm actually gonna gapple. Oh, I don't know how that didn't cancel. I know I'm up health, so I want to take this fight. Oh, he's definitely going for the pearl over here. He pearled off again. I gotta hit him. He's gonna go to this little spot he usually goes to. He's off again. Come on. vhyzu was on the run. Seems as he's gonna be refilling. I have to refill my blocks halfway through clutching. There's no way he can be full health already. Smart, well played by vhyzu. I'm actually gonna restock here. And I'm gonna keep up the pressure because I'm almost at 10 hearts here. Alright, now it's just time for just straight up PvP. Oh, he's running now. I cannot hit my bow shots today. I can tell you that. I'm actually going to camp up here for a little bit and regain some health. I'm not entirely sure if I should gap yet. I'm going to reset my inventory. Oh, wow. Took some fall damage there. He fell! Oh! Wow, games like that can just happen. But holy GG, vhyzu. He on me on the ropes on the end. I thought I was done. Wow. Well, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. And I lost a bet, so here's a clip of me dying to MJ.
He is. Oh my. Oh my god.
Oh!